Hey guys, Satyajit Pattnaik here and welcome back to my channel. So last month we uploaded 2 or 3 videos related to cryptocurrency. So we wanted to create some sort of a playlist where we will have multiple videos, and this playlist will be kind of an end-to-end data analysis project. Many people were asking that how do we do analysis projects, because data science, machine learning projects, there are so many channels and there are so many videos on it. Many people are confused कि data analysis project होता कैसा है. So that is one of the reasons why I came up with this idea where I will create a separate playlist and we'll have part by part. So you can see 3 videos are already live on the channel. First part is all about web scraping, how to scrape the data, and let's say you already have the data. How do we do ADA, exploratory data analysis? So that we have done. In our previous video, we have also done some sort of time series forecasting in Power BI. Now in this video, I'm going to do time series forecasting in Python. To be very honest, this video is not relevant for data analysts. If you want to learn, you can learn, but majorly this will be for data scientists. So for data analyst, these 3 videos are more than enough. And there is another video which will be coming up in couple of days that will be on the end-to-end Power BI dashboard creation. So this video, it's up to you. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. But as you know, every video has a learning, right? So in this video, we shall be doing the time series forecasting of Bitcoin data or cryptocurrency data in Python. So let's get started. So as you have already seen that we already have the code ready. So I don't want to write codes from scratch and try to create a lengthy video of 1 hour or 2 hours. That's not the motive. The motive is to help you understand how does it work, how it happens, give you the codes so that you can tweak the codes and apply it for your own use cases. Guys, to be very honest, I'm suffering from some toothache. So that is one of the reasons why I'm facing some problems while speaking, but still I'm here to create contents. Even if I am not well, I'm creating videos for you. So let's get started. We have already imported some libraries, Keras and all these things, Matplotlib, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn. So in this project, what we are doing is we are scraping data from one of the websites. We are scraping multiple data, multiple Bitcoin data or something like that, and then based on that data we will be applying one of the time series algorithms. In this video we are focusing on LSTM, so we will try to implement LSTM. In case you have no idea about time series forecasting, just chill, relax. I already have time series forecasting related videos on my channel. You can easily go back to my channel and go to playlists. In the playlists, I think you will have to find here. No, sorry, time series forecasting, right? So forecasting. I do have an end-to-end. Not able to find it, but just search for time series forecasting with my name, because I'm not famous. So you have to type my name to get my videos, and then you can get it. So you can see almost 2 hours of videos where you can understand time series forecasting from scratch. Okay, that will give you a basic understanding on time series forecasting, and then you can come back to this video. So here I'm using this particular link to scrape data. You can see this is one of the APIs that has been provided by CryptoCompare. While I build this product, I build this code, this was working fine. So I'm not pretty much sure that this exact piece of code might or might not work by the time you apply this. Okay, but right now on 25th January 2022, this piece of code is working. Okay, because why I'm telling you that tomorrow it might not work, because here what we are doing is we are scraping data, right? And many websites, they have their anti-scraping elements. So not all the time you will be able to successfully run the same scraping code in 1 month, and after 12 months also you come back, you run the same piece of code. there are chances कि वो code काम ना करे. Okay, but anyways, this is an official API by CryptoCompare, so I'm expecting that it will work. So I'm using this code to get the data, and this is my data. I have close, high, low, open, volume from volume 2. And then what I've done is I have created a training test split का method. ठीक है, इसमें मैं data frame pass कर रहा हूँ. Then I'm passing my test size equals to 0.2, which basically means कि 80% training data है, 20% test data है. Here I'm doing split row equals to df minus. So I'm just splitting the data, and then I'm using that data for training and test. So basically just imagine 12 months of data we have. First 9 months we are creating our testing data, and last 3 months maybe test data. 80-20 ratio. Okay, let's say 10 months, 8 months training data and 2 months test data. Training and test equals to, I'm calling this method. Once I call, it will directly return me this test data and training data. And जो भी हम return कर रहे हैं, I'm going to capture it in these variables. Simple. I have created a method which is line underscore plot, जिसमें हम कुछ lines plot कर रहे हैं. Okay. Here I'm calling line plot on my data, and you can see this is how the graph looks like. The blue part is my training data, and the orange part looks like the test data. So our predictions will be on the test data. ठीक है. Again, creating some methods. The reason why I have created all these methods is to simplify the code, so that I don't have to run raw codes which will not be able to understand. And so step by step when you are writing codes, it is always recommended कि कुछ चीज़ें हैं. Let's say you are writing a code and you are calling that code again and again and again in multiple times. So it's always better to write down in a method, right? These are some best practices which you should follow. Extract window data and prepare data I have created. So all these things are basic concepts. What I have done here, nothing fancy. Here the main work starts. This is where I'm creating an LSTM model. If you don't know what exactly is an LSTM model, I will probably leave this link in the description below so that you can understand LSTM networks in depth. This is one of the blogs written way back in 2015, and anybody who kickstarts their journey with LSTM, we follow this. Okay. So LSTM के लिए भी separately video है मेरे channels पे. Don't panic. See, data science, machine learning is going to be huge, right? So you just have to, some concepts if you are not understanding, you just have to go back, understand the concepts, and then you can implement these codes. So deep learning also, I have an end-to-end playlist. Every concept is explained here. LSTM is also explained here. Somewhere here, recurrent neural networks and LSTMs. You can go through this video in case you want to learn LSTM. So here I am building my model. Very simple piece of code. I am creating a model which is sequential model. Then I'm adding my LSTM layers. What are my neurons? And neurons initially are 100 neurons. That means in each LSTM layer, LSTM is acting like a hidden layer here. Okay. In each LSTM layer, I'm defining 100 units. Okay. Input shape is nothing but my data's input shape. And then I have created a dropout. Dropout 0.2. What is dropout? Dropout is nothing but a regularization technique to get rid of overfitting. Again, remember the term dropout regularization. Go back and study about dropout regularization. You will be able to understand. And then I'm adding a dense layer, which is my final output layer, and I'm adding a activation function. Again, here activation function, I'm using linear activation function. Again, what is an activation function? Again, I have a playlist for activation functions. Detailed playlist. I think 6 to 7 videos are already explained there. Okay. And then you build this product. I build this method. Here I'm defining some of these variables. I'm doing a training and test split. I'm preparing the data. Here I'm calling prepare data. Basically, I'm calling this method. What this method does is, it is internally calling the training and test split, and it is calling the extract window data. So you can just go through this code to understand more about it. And here I'm calling my model, call the build LSTM model, and then I'm running it on epochs. How many epochs? I'm running it on 20 epochs. My batch size is 32. Okay, and my training size is okay, I don't have a code to explain the training size, but you can see number of iterations is 396. So probably the training time could be 396 multiplied with 32. 396 multiplied with 32. Could be around 12,000 or 13,000 data points in your training data. So here you can see the epochs are running from 1 to 20 epochs, and then I am plotting the graph. And this is my test data actual versus prediction. So this is a very simple project that we have created just to give you a flavor that tomorrow if you are pitching yourself for a data analyst role, this is how you can showcase your projects. This project is not compulsory for a data analyst because this is where you are doing the predictive part, right? It doesn't come under data analyst, the data analysis scope. But as I'm doing an end-to-end project, so this goes as a part 4. So part 1 is scraping, part 2 is EDA, part 3 is time series forecasting in Power BI, part 4 is this one, which it's up to you. If you want to go through it, you can go through, I'll skip it. And part 5 will be the most important one, which will be the Power BI dashboard, end-to-end dashboard. That will be my upcoming video. So stay tuned. In case you have any questions, please reach out to me on the on LinkedIn also, but in the comment section majorly. Any request, any requirements, ping in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel and stay tuned. Bye bye.